Hello! Welcome to the studio tonight. I know it was kind of last minute, so I don't know how many of you are logging in, but I will save this and put it up, put the recording up, so hopefully you'll be able to come back and see it on the replay. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything set up here. Haven't done a whole lot of lives, and I don't really know, honestly, if my Wi-Fi is going to hold out, so we shall see. Looks like I'm showing up, so we'll see how long my Wi-Fi works. So, I've got to turn this sound off. There we go. There we go. Don't want to hear me twice. So how are you guys doing out there? I thought I would hop on real quick and share a little bit about the digital download that Stampin' Up! Is offering right now, Share Sunshine. It's a digital download. It's basically a stamp set that you can download. It's not an actual physical set, but one that you can download and use as much as you want for your personal use. And all the proceeds of that are going to go help towards the COVID endeavors that we are dealing with here and all around the world. So I will put a link afterwards underneath this video so you can have access directly to that. It's not something that you'll find on my website. It's something that's directly from Stampin' Up. I don't get any commission from it. All the proceeds that hold $12 goes directly to the endeavors, and I believe they are only doing that through June 2nd, so we still have a few more days to take advantage of that. So I thought I would hop on and share a little bit about that. So to do that, I am going to flip my camera, so we'll see. I see a couple people are here. My sister's here. Hello, Rhonda. It's exciting and nervous too at the same time, but okay, I'm going to try to flip my phone, so hopefully I won't lose you guys. Do this without too much. Let's see. Here we go. Might make you a little nauseous while I get you in the holder here. Hopefully you can see my workspace now. That's the plan. I am also going to see if I can be able to see comments on my laptop. We shall see. That may or may not work. It looks like my laptop is way behind, so I may not see your comments right away if you comment or anything like that, but I will always be able to go back and look at it. Okay, a little bit about this download. Hopefully I'm still on, because on my website or my laptop it went dead. So this is a digital download, and you can print it out. I've got a sheet here, like I printed this one out on just basic copy paper. But I just wanted to show you some of the fun sentiments that are on here. You're essential to me. That's one of my favorites. These I printed out on our cardstock. Just set it up and ran it through my printer. So the nice thing about that, it's on our quality cardstock, and you can either cut it out or use punches or dies. But let me kind of sort through. A lot of them I've already cut out, so... Love conquers all things. That's something you can use seriously anytime to share. Here's pieces and parts. Let's see. Thank you, Hero. I'll show you a card a little bit later using that. I know some of my friends would love this one. I haven't had time to do anything with this one, but I thought it was kind of fun. Have another quarantini. It's like a normal martini, but you drink it at home alone. I don't drink, but I thought that was cute. It's your birthday. Let's digitally party. A lot of digital parties. I know a lot of graduations. I guess I was trying to figure out the word I was trying to say. Graduations were done digital, viral, virtual. That's the word I'm looking for, virtual graduations. I have to say I'm really glad I didn't have a graduate this year. My heart aches for those of you that had to go through that. So there's some cute ones. Sending hugs. I'll show you something I made later with this one. I changed out of my night pajamas into my daytime pajamas to send you this card. Like I said, just lots of fun ones. Wash your hands. That's important right now. Let's just roll with it. I totally share my toilet paper with you. A lot of the frontline workers, essential workers, this is a great time to make cards to send to them. So what I wanted to do, like I said, these you just print out and you can cut them up and use however you want. But I was going to show you how I made this card tonight. We did this for my clubs, my stamp clubs. So I'm going to work at getting this set up. I'm trying to see if I can actually see. Sorry, ladies or gentlemen, whoever's out there. I'm trying to see if I can see. Oh, I see a couple more people hopped on. My laptop probably finally rebooted. Hi, Jan. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did that card. First of all, I've got all the pieces and parts cut out. I started with just a sheet of 8.5 by 11 that I cut in half and then scored in half just to make my base. So my base is 4.25 by 5.5. And the first thing I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping. Let me put my readers on. But this I ran through a folder. It's our script folder, Scripty I think it's called. Hopefully you can see that. It's just a really subtle folder for a background, and I'm going to end up layering that on there. But before I do that, I need to do a few things. So I had used this punch. I'm trying to think of the name of this. Let me look it up. I had it, and then I totally forgot what the name was. But it looks like a mask, doesn't it? It's called Story Label. So perfect. But I used this, and I just punched out a little mask. And this, I happen to use our Tropical Designer Series paper that's in our spring catalog, which, by the way, that's out of this one. This one ends on June 2nd as well, so it's coming up. And this paper will be gone. So this is the paper I had used for this particular card, Tropical Oasis. It's a pretty, pretty, pretty set. Lots of fun things with that. So, okay, so this is my mask. I punched out another piece, the same shape, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and I'm simply just going to cut this in half, like so, and then use some of my snail, which, by the way, is also retiring. I honestly didn't get on to look to see if it's still available, but we are coming out with a new adhesives to replace that. But anyway, I'm just attaching. Oops, I put adhesive on the back here, and then I'm just tacking, got to look where the camera is here, a sliver of that so it just kind of slides out from the back. Same thing on this side. So it just kind of gives it a trim, I guess. Just like so. How many of you out there have been making masks? Anybody? I know my sister has. Okay, so to make this into a mask, I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I've got some cord, this white cord, baker's twine, and I'm going to attach, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. It's just to attach it onto one of our dimensionals like this, and then put it right onto the back of that mask. And I think this is It's not quite 3 inches long. Take another dimensional, do the same thing. This is the easiest way I found to do it anyway. So just take it and attach it. So I'm just making a loop, basically a circle, and that's still tacky, so I'm going to stick it on the back. And then the other thing this will do is it'll pop it up a little bit too. Okay, now I'm going to set that right there. I'm not going to adhere that down quite yet. Okay, so I used this little saying is what I'm going to use. And before I get to that, because I actually forgot to show you, these are a bunch of them that I already cut out of those sheets that I showed you earlier. A lot of these I actually cut out of a die, and let me show you that die because I love it. Okay, this is also in this Spring Mini. It's out of this bundle right here, this So Sentimental stamp set, and all these shapes right here are dies that coordinate with it, and you can get it as a bundle and you save 10% by doing that. But this is the die. I didn't pull my dies over here beforehand, but I used a lot of these dies to cut these shapes out, as well as like this one I actually used our stitched rectangle dies. Those fit perfect. I wanted to show you some of these other Just Breathe But Wear Your Mask, Sending Love and Paper Hugs, There's No Place Like Home for now. I'm smiling under this face mask. I keep thinking like our eyes are so important right now. Like when I'm out and about, I just look at people's eyes. It's like I can tell if they're smiling or not, since I can't really see their mouths. I stay home because you stay at work. So just, you know, they're really fun, and I like that they designed them so they do work really well with a lot of our dies and punches. Stay safe, flatten the curve, stay apart. This is the one I showed earlier. You Are Essential to Me. The other thing I didn't mention too, it's nice because they, when you print them out, you'll notice like a lot of them anyway are in black and white, and then the same image is also in a color. And there are like, oh gosh, I don't know, 17 sheets. So it's a pretty decent amount of things that are on those. And the first couple sheets have instructions, and also the first couple sheets have like, it tells you what colors that they use so that you can coordinate. But they've done a really good job at doing a really good mix. Just feeling the need to reach out and hug someone, cross it out and say send a card, since we can't really hug. I honestly have to say that's one of the hardest things right now, is not hugging on people. So anyway, I just wanted to show you some of these. Sending joy and sunshine, not germs. Sending love and support. So fun. So, and I probably lost the one I was gonna read, or actually use for this card. Okay, well, we'll just find one out of here. I don't think it was this one, but we can use that one. I thought it was a different one, but we can use that one. Okay, so that's cut out. And then I just cut out another piece of cardstock. It's the same coordinating color right there. To layer. So here's my card, and I want to do some layering here, and I've also got some ribbon. This is actually a striped Bermuda Bay, I believe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first attach this piece. This is my scripty white. And then I'm going to take this piece, and what I like to do, this is going to get covered up, so it's okay if I go ahead and just put it right on there like that. And then I do this a lot. Instead of wrapping the ribbon the whole way around, I just cut it to the edge of the paper, and then I can flip it over. And then this little piece of ribbon I can just kind of tack along to the back side. Like so, and then now it's ready to adhere to my base. Like so. And then we're going to take this one and just use some more snail and attach that. And then last but not least on the front here, or almost, I got a few more things actually. I'm going to peel the back of that dimensional. The easiest way to get these off usually is just to kind of pinch it with your nail in the center and it pops up the ends. And then you can attach this. It can go on here straight or tilted. I'll tilt this one since the other one I kind of had straight. And then I always like to finish a card out by adding, I don't know, a little bling. I've got this tiny little flower. Oops. And actually that also came out of, I'll show you real quick, that that same Tropical Oasis. There's a stamp set and die. This is the cardstock, or the cardstock, so then the, I don't know if it shows better here, but there's these tiny little flowers in here. There's like a little triple flowers. It's one of those is what that is, but it could be any little flower. But I'm going to take that with one of our glue dots, stick it on there, and just pop it off on here. And then last but not least, to add a little bit of bling, is our rhinestones. This is our pick tool. Makes it nice and convenient to pull up little pieces like that. So I'm going to get, oh my goodness, I just like flicked it all the way across my desk. So we'll have to get another one. All right. And there you go. Can you see that? It's got a little bit of bling. But in person, it's a really cute card, just with the color of the cardstock, the background, and then on the inside, I'm just going to adhere a piece of white cardstock. I don't really have a sentiment to put in there. I would just leave this blank so that I can write a note to somebody. Get these out of the way. So there you go. Quick and simple. Let me show you a few others. This was the first one I showed you here, which is the one we were making. A little bit different because I used a different sentiment here and I straightened it out, but it's the same cardstock. I have a few others to share. This one, I can't wait to social distance with you. And I used it's the same flowers, because those triple flowers, but a different color because I pulled out the color here. This is out of that dinosaur paper that's in the main catalog that's retiring. All this paper, actually, this DSB, Designer Series paper, is retiring. Now this one, I don't know if you can tell, the folder I used is a little bit different. It's got, it's like that brick folder in the background. The same with this one. And then this one I used the same scripty. This one's so pretty. I kind of want to mask, fabric that looks just like that. So I thought I would just share those with you. Like I said, this digital download is only available till June 2nd. And I will put the link there under this video. But before I hop off, I do want to share a couple other cards that I made using the digital download, just to give you some other ideas. This is one of my favorite ones. And honestly, this is totally cased. Case as in copy and share everything. Another demonstrator, and I wish I would have written down her name. But I'll probably post a picture and I'll try to tag her or at least put her name. But this is one I saw online, and it says, "Sending joy and sunshine, not germs." Beautiful card, so I had to replicate it. But basically, this is the same, little sentiment I showed you earlier. This right here is our smaller daisy punch. And then, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got some texture on it. I ran it through our folder that's called Subtle, because that went really well with this paper here. This paper here is actually watercolor paper, and the way that I got that really fun washy background there is I just took, I wet the paper down, and then I took our aqua painter with some of our ink and just kind of swished it on there. let it dry, and as it was almost dry, I took and just kind of sprinkled some water to get some of these little splatters on here. Which is what she had done, but just beautiful. There's a little bit of sequence right there. I think hers, she used, hers were more iridescent. I didn't have those, so I just used the clear. This is the denim ribbon, some of our natural twine. There's another layer right here. I don't know if you can tell that, but that's just white and ran through that same subtles folder. But just a really pretty, elegant card. Here's another one I did. This one is, again, I used the sentiment. I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas to send you this card. And this is out of that same Tropical Oasis paper. I also took this paper, and you probably can't tell. You can probably tell on this piece right here, but I took this paper too and ran it through that same subtles folder. So in person, it makes it really look like it's on fabric, which is kind of cool. It's got the coordinating ribbon here that's like a twine, and then just the layering of the different colors. So made it fun. Inside, I just put a strip. I like to sometimes do that just to coordinate with the outside. Added buttons. So there you go. I mean, how many of you have been, if you're working from home, wearing pajamas all evening and all day? I actually get dressed because I don't know, I can't function unless I get dressed. But let me tell you, I'm wearing a comfy getting dressed, not fancy. Another card. This one was one too. I saw one online that was really similar. They used more grays in hers. I wanted more of that black and white because I thought it was very striking. But there's no place like home for now. This one, I wish you could see it in person because it's so pretty and elegant. I could honestly see putting this in a frame. Maybe not without the fur now. We can get rid of that. But no place like home. That could work anytime. But this, it's got layers. There's a layer here of actually champagne foil paper. There's a layer of the black that you probably can't tell on the camera, but I ran that also through the script folder. And then this DSP that is in the mini, that spring mini, also has some shimmer. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. Oh, I saw it right there. You can kind of see the shimmering on it. And then again, this was cut out of that same die that I showed you that was also in the mini. And then this little heart, can you see that? It's popped up on there. That's actually out of the little dog punch. But we have lots of different hearts, but I had to add that on there. And then on the inside, the same thing. I just added a little strip of color in there. But how special would that be to get a card like that? Here's another one. This one too, I saw something very similar. This one's a little flipped and some of the pieces are a little different. But this card, again, that's that same sentiment as the first card. This one right here, same sentiment, but totally different look, using it a different way. This one I cut out with a circle die that stitched circles, but this one I just cut it out, and so it's straight. It actually wasn't big enough to go all the way over here, but I pieced it, so there's a piece of white cardstock. This stripe was actually the celebration paper. Remember that free celebration that went with the bees? And then I used gold. This right here, I don't know if you can see that. That was actually done with this stamp set, Beautiful Day. Love this set. And I stamped Versamark onto our shimmery white cardstock, and then again and then embossed it. Versamark, stamped it in Versamark, used white embossing powder, and then heat embossed it with a heat gun with this bad boy. So it's raised a little bit. And then I was able to go back in and color inside here with the ink and the aqua painter, and it resists where I emboss, which is kind of nice. And then added some of the silver thread, some embossed leaves. I can't remember exactly. Maybe In the Woods. Maybe that's where that's from, or one of the nature sets. And then inside, added the paper in another leaf. But how pretty is that? So those are fun card ideas using, you know, the Share Sunshine COVID download. Okay, let me show you a few more before I hop on. I'm going to peek and see who else has joined. Hi, Bev. Hi, so if you see a few other names on there. Hi, Susan. A couple other things I did. All right. These, again, these are that I showed you the one, but I punched it out with a heart. Thank you, Hero. These cards feature a little bit of fun paper right here. I want to pull it out and show you. This is a little bit of a sneak peek of the new, what's coming. And actually right now, this paper, and I'm trying to think of the name. Isn't that terrible that I forgot? Oh, it's Ornate. The Ornate Garden Specialty paper. But they're actually doing a pre-sale of this for even customers. So right now, if you can't wait till the June 3rd, I believe it is when the new catalog goes live, you can purchase the Ornate Suite or pieces from it right now. So that's what I used on these next cards. So let me show you this card stock really quick. Look how pretty this is. One side's got this beautiful print, and this side, I think you can see on the camera, it's gold. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. Very elegant, fun paper. I tell you, I shared this with one of my clubs recently, and I said, it's, you know, we've got sunshine this week, but the week before it was just nothing but rain in Ohio for a few weeks, and I actually didn't really feel like creating or coming down to my studio. But I got this early and started playing around with it, and it really did. It just brought some sunshine to my studio, even though it was raining outside, and I had a lot of fun creating with it and making these cards to share with you. So I decided to couple that, you know, DSP along with the Share Sunshine sentiments. So this one's just kind of paper pieced. This one, again, is cut out of one of those dies and popped up. And then I don't know if you can see on there, but there's this little strip of cardstock right here in the old olive that it's embossed. And this beautiful folder is part of that Ornate set. And so I just have a strip of that. Again, there's that same little flower. And then this little bling is a little different because it's one of the things that coordinates with that set. I don't know if you can see those. They're gold. They're just so pretty. Before I go on to the next thing I made, this Ornate set, I want to show you one of the stamp sets out of it. This is Ornate Style. There were actually, part of this suite, there's actually 2 stamp sets and 2 dies. I only snagged one. We got to pre-order even earlier. But this beautiful set, I'll show you a card in a minute. And oh my goodness, I honestly, I said to someone, I haven't gasped in a long time when I opened up some products, but when I opened this die, I literally gasped out loud because it's so gorgeous. Just the detail, and it's just so fun. So I use these pieces to make some of the cards along with the folder. So this uses the folder that coordinates. And then this is one of those dies. Isn't that gorgeous? Now this doesn't have all the color like these two because I didn't use the DSP, but it's really simple and elegant. I'm here for you. I'm here for you from a distance. Just a cute little note card. And speaking of note cards, what I used on these, they're part of the Memories and More cards and envelopes, and they have matching envelopes to go with it. But it comes like this in a pack, and you get the little note cards that they're scored already. You fold them in half, so that's the note cards. And then it also comes with the larger ones as well. So this larger one that folds down to, I believe it's like a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, something like that. Yeah. because what that does is it goes with our Memories and More cards that coordinate, like the sizing coordinates with that. So like a 4x6 card would go onto that base, or a 4x6 photo. So all that to say, that's what I used for the bases. It made it really easy. I didn't have to measure or cut these out. I just, use those. So those are always nice to have on hand. So I think I have maybe 2 more. So here's one of the full size ones, the 4x6. But this, and you probably can't tell, but I use that same flower folder, and this is that stamp set right here. And honestly, I just stamped it and left it. I didn't even color it in. I really like that, the elegancy of it being really simple like that. And then added, this is one of the little messages that was in, obviously, the Share Sunshine, the COVID download, and this gorgeous, oh my goodness, that gorgeous frame that went around there. But just miss you. And then I believe I have one more here. So another one. Again, out of this same set, I used this little daisy flower right here. And I've got a little sentiment that was also out of the COVID download, Share Sunshine download. Cut that out of our stitched rectangle, layered it onto, again, some of those beautiful dies, double layered there. Some of the cardstock that went with that, the ornate, wrapped some twine around there, and then that background, you can probably see that a lot better on there. And then inside I did the same thing, just stamped a little flower and colored it in. These I colored in, I stamped it with our Memento ink, black ink, and then just used our I used our Stampin' Blends to color it in. So like, let me pull out some of them. These are our Stampin' Blends, which are great. They're like an alcohol base marker, and they blend beautifully. I don't know if you can see that. So smile. So yeah, these definitely brought me some sunshine when I played around with these in my studio. So I loved being able to mix the download along with these this paper. It's just so, oh my goodness. You know what that is? It's cotton from our cottonwood tree on our court. It's like snowing outside. It literally looks like snow in our neighborhood. It does it every spring when it blooms, which is why we're inside instead of outside, because my eyes cannot handle it all. But anyway, I'm glad you came in, hopped in to join me for a little bit. I'm slowly getting pictures of all these, and I will post them on my site so that you can see those. But I'm just glad that you hopped in. Let's see. Here's some others. I don't even know if I can get them all in the picture here. All these fun cards that I got to share with you guys tonight. Like I said, I'm working on getting all of them photographed so you can see them up close with more detail. But let me get you off of here and turn you back around. We'll see if we can do this without disconnecting or making you sick. Let's see. There we go. Hello. Oops. Let me put you back up in my holder here. There we go. So I'm glad you guys hopped in for a little bit. I'm not really able to see. I'm trying to see if I can see comments on here. Hope you guys are holding out all right. I know this whole COVID thing has been crazy, and I miss my family the most. We actually, last weekend was the first time that we had all our kids here together. We've been really, really being careful. And so that was the first we had them all over. It was a blessing. We still social distanced, and, the kids my younger kids, obviously, that are here all the time, but the ones that aren't, my older kids that don't live here. But we were able to share dinner together at different tables outside, so it was great. I'm glad it wasn't this weekend with all this cottonwood flying all over the place. But I'm just glad you guys joined in. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to also post, I'm going to try to do, some of my club girls there's a couple cards that I made that I'm going to try to do another video for here on my Stamp with Anita to share those with you. Because some of these I shared with some of my clubs, but not all of them because I hadn't had them done yet. But yeah, so I thank you for coming in and watching. Oh, I see Cheryl just hopped on. Or maybe she hopped on a while ago. I'm just now seeing the messages. I can't read. I need to put my readers on. There we go. I can actually see. Oh, someone said they got their catalog yesterday. Yay! Yes, if you've ordered from me in the last year, or if you're in one of my stamp clubs, I had catalogs sent out this year directly from Stampin' Up! I typically don't do that. I typically like to get my cases here and add my sticker and wish list and all that kind of thing and send them out myself, or have you stop by and get them. But I did mail those out from Stampin' Up! So if you haven't gotten one, or you think you should have gotten one and you haven't, let me know. Or if you don't have a demonstrator you're working with, feel free to contact me and I'll get you a catalog. The current catalog, as well as the spring catalog, are good through June 2nd, as well as the Share Sunshine COVID download is available till June 2nd. The new catalog begins on June 3rd. So that little taste of that with that ornate set is just a little taste. I was looking for my catalog because I can show you the cover. I just can't show you the inside, and I don't have it over here. So I can't even show you the cover. So anyway, if you're an avid follower of Stampin' Up!, you've probably seen the cover out there. And any of the pre-order things. I do have pre-order stuff that I got in, and I might next week share some of those with you as well. I'm going to try to do more of these lives. We'll see how that goes. Again, my internet is not the greatest sometimes, but again, thank you, ladies, for joining in. If you have any questions, just comment below in the comments, and I'll go back through these later and reply. But you guys stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.